OSEI AGYEMANG and with the TORCHLIGHT dwumadie so. The TORCHLIGHT dwumadie ewo NITS 100.9.
And then you may Yamagana Fonina Aquaba at the Benit 100.9. Jumedia, your friend, the Torchlight. You're the Torchlight, you're the bro, and your Benada, and Yawada. Don Son Cobem said, Don Conono, Ebebo Apemo. Bidin Edemak Jerry or say Agyeman. Benema Pound for Pious Beauty Bansen. Naomi Obenewa Abdullah Dasmani. 1 month and a bomb chidoma Yedi Jumedi, Yedi Ebro, I will need 100.9 so. And Roger no would see me baby be a wubiano. Yet I say, Sir Wakame home, a ye baby didn't come off. Ye baby judging your mind Ghana home. And then IMF, a year extended credit facility, Ghana, 1 more Adia 2 more Ediamayen, $3 billion Ghana say, $3 billion, Gafra, $3 billion. I ye say, according to a year minister. Any Bank of Ghana, Dr. Addison, any finance minister, Ura Ken Ofirata, Wamacha say, we be Ochina, Womo Yanshe say, first tranche of $604 million. $604 million. Yameya Adoma, Ebeba Babe Hete Ghana accounts. 80, and then Womo ye joint press conference. And Womo de sense me anubi, and an amebo and neno edi chirewono. Eti ye hwe ene mo so chenada yame ya domo a ye sabeka eye $604 million si ede eye economy no e be free he akwa akodru he eye $604 million no ede economy no e ba be free he ede akwa akodru he fa wadwen chefa 050 372 1744 050 372 1744 te ene eye Ghana ye IMF sika ye kwakwakwaje 3 billion Ghana cedis first tranche of $604 million then I'm so make Ghana cedis first tranche of $604 million $3 billion first tranche of $604 million and ebeba na ye dia ba be wura ye economy ni mo enu ni free hwa ayade a eye additional 5 trenches within a space of 6 months ebebeba that say yetimi enya yisika ni nyina etu hwema first 600 beba second 600 beba ni enya 1.2 billion third 600 beba ni enya 1.8 billion na yenya another 600 then na kwa 2.4 billion then the last 600 na akwa ye 3 billion so in all no you expect a 5 trenches of 600 million ewo IMF omusika womode adom yen first trench na eba na yebisa ye eba beye obi so ebisa said ya wutie eye press conference na say eba be affected aben the various social intervention programs aban raniana various intervention social programs social intervention programs aban rani minister said leap enkano any other social intervention programs aban rani free SHS ebeka na na say enkano according to the minister no HSS social intervention programs and the mududo na affect no eti eno so wanya aresemu wo ho ana wanya arehyiemu ewo ho sadia eye owura kenofirata ede atudwa na ebia na yam hyehyew se IMF program yi yanhwe ni ya na eba affect eye ye social intervention programs yo ejese programs a eboa sebe woma ho akire omo eboa sebe ehiafo obetwe no maka akire yen se debi sa programs ne de etese ye de ensaka na eno na eye soafo otwe sikasem so owura kenofirata odi atudwa se debi sa programs no enka na IMF fonso edi atu ye nimo a kire se ehu behia se ye beye bibi te se tax exemption obi beye adwuma na sika twitwiri de etu eso otua no na ye de ache no sa nnuama no ye yifiri ho na ye hwe etu a ededa ye fam wo so na ye hwe etu akodo a edi se ye tu ya ebebo a yi pa ama yetime enye sika eti bobo bibi te se eye fuel adjustment then no eye upwards adjustment na mo Kenya na because farm go not ready no etu ededa so any the rate ye the top farm go no prices no no boy den dada eti mo ba be kan we eye de ensa ba be yi ka se no me ya na tax exemptions, fuel prices, levies on fuel prices, increase our income tax. Almost saying the for revenue mobilization. Say na IMF account. Almost saying no more way there. Yahweh year. Ebeboa pa na yetimenye sika. E de aboy hombra. Ya womo kanie. Ite enanwumre wa wo ye Ghana ni a wutie me. Ite wo so mi bisaw. Se so. Wo hwa ebe se no ama we ehu benya se ye besa akoye ni mo ho biem. Ye de esa akwa keka na wo de wadwe nkyere ne befa 050 372 1744 050 372 1744 ti ene komodie na koso pa wo IMF no ehwese enya asem ketwa komodie na koso pa na eno akire no eyade a eye minority wo mo de nkrata ba bonten e de afa IMF ya yako ehu ana IMF a enei eye $3 billion aba beto dwai a ye hwe nim so chena $604 million eba be hit Ghana account ye tie the minority for kan ene ya no mo de nkrata ya ba bonten enwumere ose minority in parliament response to IMF executive board approval of Ghana's request for an extended credit facility of $3 billion ose eye dom kuma no manu yi a wo mo de ma eye executive board say wo ma dia tumbe ma $3 billion. 1. The minority in parliament has taken notice of a joint announcement by the International Monetary Fund and the government of Ghana on the completion of process leading to the IMF executive board approval of Ghana's request for a fund-supported program. A minority for them kumane say, woman who ate say ene abain Ghana abain any IMF for a press conference and nyina di gina IMF for executive board so ma dia tum so be ma Ghana $3 billion and no a friend fund supported programming. 2. This comes after months of protracted negotiations with Ghana's International Creditors Committee, made up of the Paris Club and China, for financing assurance to pave way for the IMF's board consideration of Ghana's request. As we need toekuta with the course, Ghana International Creditors Committee, I Paris Club, or China for Yendo Mukodi ye to mua ye, Eddie Quine Beto, Homan Day, Yebabina says he came. 3. Ghana's recent unilateral suspension of both domestic and external debt servicing led to a default on both our domestic and foreign debts for the first time in our lifetime. This is far worse than the repudiation that occurred under the General Ignatius Kutu Echampon's military regime, and this has resulted in Ghana being downgraded by international ratings agencies to restrictive default, the worst in our history. Madam Kumane Ekase, when in Yano, Ghana, a car yede, a woman you mo, or better contractor for you to Amoka, a car yedi woman on it, a man who does your quality loom, why yen shall see into Yazakano. And no, Ama and Ghana, say you call a man send your mind so quack pisika. One must say a home bon con, Yadika in Tria. A winning quack, ye General Ignatius Kutu Champon. Na penso sa no koye ya nei ede Ghana ya downgrading ya akwa se obi amuyen obi ya na dwen se wo ya ma osika untu obi e bon bosu untu anso de ebesi na kwa sa ma obi 4 we wish to state for the records that when the Kufuor Baumia NPP government finally decided on 4th July 2022 11 months ago to seek an IMF bailout, we in the minority were clear in our minds that this government had long missed every golden opportunity they were presented with to salvage the economy, which they have so grossly mismanaged since coming into office in 2017. Yeah, one more can say, a good father, a year on the Dr. Baumia Bain. So when we decided, yeah, 4th July, say one more call IMF. Now, my quacky bailout, yeah, quite a home GMO, a car, yeah, dear Hono. A yadia, one more minority for. Omuhuni pefe say aben wa mesi ade pa nanka obetimi e de ahwe na economy anka watete na pansam since 2017 na go mahwe etumaye bibia fa ho. The minority has on countless occasions cautioned this government that the fruit of its crass mismanagement of Ghana's economy through wanton misuse of borrowed funds for consumption purposes are long crystallized into a crisis. We urged the government to immediately seek the fund support long ago, a call that was flatly disregarded. Don't come out for the say, one money minority for Kanye, one money abine Kanye, you know. One money abine Kanye, you know. Ten I come back, what you say, da. And no mutana siama, no matete pansam ye, and I feel no my dream say, one more quack. Na ndi no hwa dia no mo bosi omubu nyina no ye hand to mouth ta 6 the Kufuor Baumia NPP government continued denial over the true state of the Ghana's economy and their strenuous attempts to share responsibility and blame external factors have been clear from day one, despite all the manipulations of the data to hide the true state of the economy. The real situation on the ground has no doubt subsequently compelled them to arrive at the doorsteps of the IMF like a patient in an emergency ambulance desperate for immediate resuscitation. Yomo can say, Ayan and Abaumia Bain, woman can't crave fancy Ghana for because you seek a cemetery to Yano, Atetia Pansam, and almost or almost a blame external factor to say Russia-Ukraine war, they say a COVID-19, and so now they know right from the one, not be Tetia Pansam that do. And one more can ya said there be crowfoot. I dear what my bobo. Enti ete say mutimi ye na enkokwe say yarefuo bia or ambulance him na or penitent tem say na ho betimi ato no. Sana na economy na kwakoye. 7 indeed. Vainglorious words of the finance minister Keno Ferrata in February 2022 when he was urged by the Ghanaian people to go to the IMF still ring hollow to this day. Quote, I can say we are not going to the IMF. Whatever we do, we are not. Consequences are die. We are a proud nation. We have the resources. We have the capacity. Minority force don't come out and say, hey, I finance minister. And some dewa and no kanye. And some dewa no catch February 2022. Ebra Ghana for say kwaya mefo mekra mene a businessman, business mogul, a managing director the Marquans Estates, ana Quans Group. Ora Kofi anoche mene betena ha. No say abane so man kwaya mefa. Yewu. Ade chi ana abana so say kwaya mefe no. Eno no mo say ora kadofura to mo kan no say yen kwaya mefe ne yen ko chena. Situation yenim say no amamu nye then so ye your maya ye do ye ho ye behwe ye tisika so inti ye wa ahoden say yenko IMF yenko na maite. The tragic events that have preceded this announcement, including the debilitating domestic debt exchange program, with its attendant cruel haircuts and denial of coupon payment to aged pensioners, negative impact on banks and insurance companies, as evidenced by the billions of Ghana cedis impairments they recorded in the 2022 financial year, did not therefore come to us as a surprise. Abraham for say yanko IMF na womo so womo nko no. Eti de abeto mu ne say afei de womo de aboa bi bai a womo friend domestic debt exchange program. Ete say ho etire yie haircuts wo ho. Enam so ma pensioners pensioners womo sika na akwa kwatete so. Kire say enya de anan wanwa kra. Enam so aban na so orden. Ya dom kuma for kanio. 9. We are on record to have urged this government to seek an IMF bailout in 2021, almost 2 clear years ahead of this announcement date, by which time things were not this critical time. But true to the Ethiopia disposition, the Kufuor government arrogantly ignored wise counsel. Hey, ye can go be a abe kwa IMF, and so na one the Ethiopia mantra na the womb trim. And unti womo ya so den ne ahomaso e na womo anko we minority for na ekanyo. 10. We wish to commend the tolerance of the Ghanaian bondholders who have taken haircuts on the investment and returns, the pensioners who have so far been denied payment of maturing coupons on their investment, and Ghanaians both young and old who have so far endured various painful sacrifices such as turbulent economy, rising cost of living, and anxiety over how to afford the basic needs of life. It's the Adam Kumane can say Ghana for Yanama Yadi Sika Kwashe a year bondumu a year Munku Krafone Maranti and Babawa. Mudi Musika Kwashe bondumua say Ibukra na eso kwajo kakrawano on sentiment Kamunya Botre. A year ya sacrifices are marked firm almost say. In fact, a year Nembum Yadom Kumane can say Munya Botre wate. 11. Having secured the board approval, the Ghanaian people look forward to the board document on the true state of the Ghana's economy in the coming days. This report will outline the full details of the bargain between the fund and the Kufuor people government in terms of our debt sustainability analysis, the format criteria, structural benchmarks, and the gamut of other conditionalities that have been agreed upon. Osi board the idea to me. Ghana for young animal. Young animal and no man benny. One more than she kakra. Ewo home. I'm with the Ababe Taro. Who say, oh, quiet, we be an agato so. Yabema, where Yabema special telcosuno. Say terms and conditions applied. And she kakra wo home. Iti young animals and no man be babesisa. And no man besisa. Yeah, debt sustainability analysis. Your performance criteria and quite be fast to 2 sika some no ade nyina no ehun sem ba be sesa ante Ghana for yenhwe ni mo and the say no man the omo ba be pay your super. Number 12. The minority in parliament will in the coming days address Ghanaians on the content of this report and what this IMF deal portends for all of us going forward. Eti the Oma can say one mo hwe ni mo say Ghana for aye one mo dom kuma for no Omo nsem kan bi o ma be kan kire yen na yehu eye de wo senkrata ne mo poten na ne yesu ane de nsa gu yeti. Surface it to say that the Kufuor government, as part of their proposal to the IMF to secure this deal, has agreed to increase utility tariffs every 3 months from last year. So far, since September 2022, electricity tariffs have gone up by a cumulative figure of 75.32%. 27% in September 2022, 29.96% in the last quarter of 2022, and 18.36% a few days ago. And the Omo can say, Aben say, Abosumi Yasebia and Yamkani Omutum. Abosumi Yasebia and Yamkani Omutum. Ninana Kwakwaye or Hamu Chichemu Eduosong. Chiripo Eduasamieno. 75.32%. September Kemu wamutu mu aduonu enson na omusambe tu mu last quarter eje bosome miensa na ewo 2022 mu a etwato wamutu mu 29.96%. Sarah so na ye 18.36% ane de enre ya wamudi aba betu mu a ebe chance ye June. Let us brace ourselves for the full consequences of this IMF deal, which will without doubt bite hard on Ghanaians. Fight hard on Ghanaians, especially the youth. This is not a counsel of despair, but a reality that will soon dawn on all of us. It is the all kind of say, "Oma yenjina yenyintum." Says say the yebesu. Yefinu be prunsuo. Wa. Yebesu. Because they say the normal tetia pansam no. Enche kura enoma ba begu yeso no. Enye no maketwa. It is the minority for Akenya. Now, Honorable Castle Atofolsen, Dr. Castle Atofolsen, Oyemrashebedweni, minority leader, on an insertion crater yase. It's weye, Domkuman Krata, Womode Abani. In some Yamiburu Amachiri Mama, if I'm 100 offer 050 372 1744. 050 372 1744. How you need 100.9. And I'm one driver from Kabum Kuwaha. And I'm one my colleague journalist, investigative journalist, Kokwanai, Ezuaha. Ye baby and Samso, and then you bring. Now, driver from Kabum Kui, woman almost a 10% increment, no, a 10% decrement reduction, no. So one better, as in Tiadiana Swamayano. Almost say, one of the Omoya, and ye, because a Norman Koye. They say, and I'm Kania Granny, as I ye betumia, a fair June, a better as a year, Juman. 80 Oma ba na yete se aban mpanyifo kra na omokwa akohia yete se adra afo yi omokabo nko mpanyifo yi omokwa akohia edin ene wo mpa wili eye concerned drivers union womo chairman eno no Pauli wa Pauli ya makwaba ben kazamuni ye mama na ase wonene ma amakwaba
mejo so mini abema
de abako de
sania nyankopɔ hwe so beduru de na nyame na yeda nase
yo one eye David Agbuado oye PRO at the Mark Concerned Drivers Union. David memo akwaba
Mark mejo so
on to say
very ampada woro ma nkwane ahonde wo
ye de nyankopɔ ase oko Facebook live at NEAT 100.9 FM NEAT 100.9 FM dem YouTube no so ye Despite Media now wadwe chire na kenka David na aden na mo say 10% e na makwa akoshi a madwen asesa moye ready so chena mo ba beche so amayana because no be afọ card otu na etu ya
Mark me da say na mechia tiefo nyina anwum na maka say yenye ya adwen say ye bete so ye nte so na de wo mu nyina ani nkrofo kuo miensa pe ene kotena ase eye san hyehyeye na nkomode ba besua amansan komu na amansan no ya resist ana ya njantum nkrofo kuo miensa no eye nipa baako miensa eye yewura Alfred Abobere of GPRTU ena yewura Emmanuel Ohene Yeboa ansana transport minister nipa miensa we ne ko no mode sa nsem e ba betu yen na de ye me ya eye me den kakra ne se yewura Ohene Yeboa
and I was a transport minister kan ho
enua nipa miensa pe ena kokukura de we omode be so ayekon
and because my bisa ho asem wo mo say we na ban kura nse nim eye wo mo ankasa
menua when the sanction your transport say wo studio yi the last time nanka ye pe increment emra na petrol ewo 23 cedis ye pe increment ye ba wo hanom ma ye be ye dede kakra se wo kaya when na ye ko wie ni so enya minister na ye ko wie ni so
se sector na mo wo no
se aba
ye na ehwe so
aba se asaba ye mfa nko dan hwan enya minister ya nti mi mesi sa nkrofo miensa yi omo na mo ko hyehyɛ ye DPRTU as mother body ana ku kese na nkasa mpo omo executives na aka no mante except general secretary pe na de emi nwanwa asa ye mi hu ni say wo general secretary ene Godfred Ohene Yeboa munim niama ekoso e transport circle ye kan bom ansa na ye nya either reduction or increment on transport munim sɛ nipa nneɛma baako num yi ɛna ɛyɛ Jerry wo afita yabaha abɛka ɛho nsɛm da mmra na yɛ pre your friends saying last increment ya to mu 15% no ye ba wo hanom no ye kire wo say eye niam baako num ye di kan lubricant ye to so biom fuel ye to so biom your friends saying stationery and printing insurance roadworthy and other things. Third one unit cost of a car and fifth one no spare parts nti sa niam num yi eno na ye hwe so na ye de calculate percentage ye de betum and a percentage ye de bet. Now moko ya we say the next window drop by 34 pesos. Yentil or refer without adding the other factors.
But adding I say no man de ka ho dia. Adding I say from no kosoro na mo kept. Because from no kosoro a enye say ne no ama we ne ne kosoro. It dey dey the from no kosoro na mo kept. Say mo ba betu asentu ya.
Mark Jeremy da say your question is very legitimate. The main country will say nka obetimi repeat your voice recent one na ye ba betu lori femu de etu mu na anu ya. Nka obetimi repeat here. We said the same thing here on your studio. Or ehanomo or onto archives. The EP in the bo. Then try na make eba mu. Anya mani nyina ye calculate. Nti enye we nku enye decrement 19 na ye ka no. Every day in that increment beba yes 5 factors. And ye hwe mu ana ye de aba. But we entisa hwe engine any spare parts there. Say there ye nka ho asem kra. Na engine 45 million 4,500. Sprinter engine and now make us say 120 million. There was a sprinter engine and Kasankasa electronics engine electronics engine 250 million. Meanwhile now last January na 125 million times 2. Boom. Inti sanya manu enyina kika ho na ye de te lorry first na ye de to lorry femu. Na mo mpenyifo akuku dam yi a enyina ye bumu ye de ni die ma mo kwa kogina ya nan mu aka asem amade aboto ye maba se mo component minister fa e de hye mo kon a mo kan jira mo se ye kwa koshia the rest house ye be sibia ye de bebre mo na mo age atum na mo asan mo de abeto even kura no mo de beto no mpo no let it be known to even GPI2 circle wo general secretary let it be known to them since in section of reduction my friend all the communication bureau GPI2 my friend obi phone off till now obi phone off except general secretary we don't run administration like that you know niema emma yete lorry fair so and I yet lorry fair mu
enye no mo go hwe enu ti na mo kasa motomu a moteso a enyegie no
yeteso a enyegie even passengers are citing with us passengers anka ombebuwefu akatre say oh lorry fair na yese monteso ntino ye mfro mo car ana ye be nante no passengers eba station be katre say oh ye engina so na ye gina so no de no a e be see that be see that ntino this one the justification is wrong, the timing is wrong, the implementation is wrong. There's a bibi o ma ye wo mu bia
regardless of your fuel reduction na baby ababedu from go na ababedu no
inu Mark Jerry
baby ekodu ye diesel 23 na nei ababedu between 12 and 11 per liter
Mark Jerry say nka
100%
many wo ka say is my voice on the last increment this could do 23 cedis 5%. Obet me about my voice I would a show and some of me back no and then some of me can't that very damn and mrana ye print into so no not diesel was sold at 11 cedis 45 pesos per liter. A rise here everywhere could do 23 cedis and sana year 2 a rise here free better every 23 cedis now about 18 cedis yet so
15% you know
15.5%.
Yeah, 15.5%.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Inti eno chere say yen ye woti mamufo ho do. Na emum nkrofobia ya fixe omo ana obi a ye di dwuma hye ne sa onhwe na dwuma so nye no. E na ma na basa. Because hwe yen ye de me de blame no me fan to obi a doorstep so. transport minister the doorstep na me de beto because the vibrant industry a personal owned industry the make personal because ayalolo wo ho your friend saying metro mass
wo ho
your friend say STC wo ho the corner kohwe among these three no it's only STC that is doing somehow well
as I have vibrant kakra
ayalolo nowhere to be found your friend say metro mass and the bobo metro mass sisi na onya puncher e wo kwan so a this is omu yard mu no masako 2 type from no mark of it. So are you not wasting energy, manpower, working hours on a single tie? Yeah, that's a metro mass for you. And you know, here in private entities are boa masses ma omako omejuma im. Na ye boa na opese ugu manwa. Yen bi mu a eye da ejuma ye de hwe fie die. Yempene mamungu no. And inti 10% ne de. Nya de a ye bete so.
And the money pen for kokosia. Obi afremo.
Nka ebeye me de pan say we free GPI to you national chairman and
we chairman Bresiama.
Nana Bresiama na
and me friend but the number no encore.
Obetimi afre omo.
What a friend.
We dem friend. Etu Pauli say baby amugina na mugina.
Akini woman say woman say yanka hu say ya to petrol ma ya to lord first. Ya de chin. Say ya to petrol mu ne. Ya be ka say o driver for is ya to lord first. Yetimo pra ya be ko na obekeka ne emasi na percentage ya hia no. Ya ne abetra. Ozi concern for the mo kasa dodo. Ya kasa ne. Mark hwe for the ayiba Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Na ya betu ya beti lord first. Tama petrol no wo 23 na ba 18% na yeti mu 15%. Na abanfa tax in kogu gutafo so e. Gutafo so wo de akogu gutafo so ama tax ni eniema huru akosoro. Abana betu insurance mu, wa betu roadworks mu. Income tax na banso wa year free no, wa sande buy. Ai na waji driver fo. Enu nti ye hunu sese eniema na wade ba na nya de ye betimi. Enu nti na Magari wa mo de 10% re ba. Magari can be a to lord frame. One say ade na ye jeje. E di be say 5 days 4 days ansa na jeje. But e we nam say ye hihye bone wo mo de buy. Media can be am the blame ma ohene ye bo a. Can be a kasa sem ya chem minister ka.
Ma me kwa ma no so. Na ye ne GPRTU of TUC wo mo national chairman indi commander membisa no. Say updates bi aba. And then one much minute penny for Kushia because and then Minanity, 10 penny for better inside the from. Nana Bresiama, Nana, Mario.
I know,
Never trying to be able.
Samia don't know, boy.
Yet the Yakopo answer. And then mutimi and name penny for a bamboo penny for Echo Kushia, and then more driver from Kabum Kwahodo, Echo, yeah, and about by a far, and Tessu, yeah, what the better doing one.
For him, me for videos much ya. Gana mine da for no care for you na. Na ye ntimi ahia na ye yesi ebehia. He said, "Sashin we buy say emuda ho fan say. Anya ban na ye ne ko transe ya sa na ye yan na ye dwene ho say. Ye hu say de na ye me ko no. Ye petrol bo mo na fuel ne da 15.99. And then Yamia do Matitia, no, the idea case come my Natitia Bafon be do 12 point something, 11 point something. The dream who said they were mostly Cassa, probably couldn't be Cassapa. The two petrol more na Egina Society and took a boom. I don't know the artist were young Pessia to so. Until I dream and the GRTC for Shamia Kuranto. Now, me and Tia Pontina but the General Secretary, ne, or Mushia and Penphone be. Then Yamia. I didn't cut down. Amma and Tiasia and Yedma because they are two at Nukrana and some time. Nobody in the Juala and Brace, you call and Coin Yedman. Who say, I've been pie Percy at the Bayana, a coin no maybe bring. Yes, said the Emfa Basa Mamma Kera driver, and now Sebi, passing a better came to Quantofano. In who do Yamia Duma. I just were by next week, the better as I made as some Frabato mining.
Enti enanyumre apasinya fo ne driver fo a womo etie yen no eyade a 10% reduction no mo de tabo no ato so ansa.
The American say ebi a strategy ebi so ensa min percent to kwanto ko bia beba bio nti beya omo hold on until say be share na the final word number.
Enti between the period that womo holding on enkopem eyeda mo the final word ne beba no edien nkuta ho na ebekoso.
The me pese ya ne say o hwa ade no a enye GPR to von kwa na yes and no transport operators comprise GRTC da ayinkuo nka ya eka GPR to for no na no na sa brain ti yakura manya wo mpanimfo bi frame ka kire nse o mo mpanimfo kura bibire ante sa asem no na mo general secretary no mti bibia akofa sa ansem wonti wa hwe nyina aba nti epese ye nyina ahia na fe yatoto na ehu anamon papa bia bitu wo ho a emfa basasa ti sa de we de e ka no correctional say anya ban ne ka se yenti so yen ya mpanimfo na adwi hu se masses no eno mu ye adwuma no se be yen wo mu ni ho ai ni ho and I don't know, your 2 mono, not I didn't know 15.9 hour and no crown and 16 cities per liter. And then you name the liter bonnet drew. But among for consensus, I want to express a car, paper, nail, a hundred spare parts. You name the echoes of member. I did. And looks like a junior home say at least the 10% require Bema de Dino and Cassandra Banaba and Tisati Biano, the Bishiana Hojuma.
Siamo Beshiana, a buying a kahumi.
A bank home pacho.
Eye mo driver for na driver for kabunko na. Yo, concerned drivers ni true drivers any other drivers unions see me did say wo mu nyina mo beto nsa afre wo mo.
Papa. So mo nyina ka ye ka o mo hye GRTC. Ya say nyina no Ghana National Road Transport Coordinating Council. Ya say apart from GPR to a body kase a tie other unions nkumani nyina eche GRTC. Na enim kwan ya fa so ba ya asabi utumi cooperative chairman to nka so onim ho hwe proto utumi kan concern no mo keka ho nyina e pese sa brede ye nyina tumi hia ne kono say ye nyuna na asabi ye hu anase ye bia ne nyina ye preko.
Enti is it likely say 10% no ebeba form anampo ebia na ebia ba be kan na akwa ebia 15% say na kan ne yekuri so.
Ano de me pese min premium na min kasim bia asabi obi be kase okure de animu eba e so oti kasa e wa bontina de do kan say GPR to de nhye bi na e say other unions ni ade GPR to ye nhye nipa ye nyina ye Ghana for ye nyina obi a onuko awo omu say ni the largest friends and transport operators of member but ye person mu nyina eba na e share concern no bia na dwen ban san e bit my side na ya
Na sa wodi wani de akira factors a ema ede enteso yi ba ye no sentumu no ba ta factors no ayana eno ana mo hwe enteso no so ehwa sa factors no mo de ye KPI na
also factors ya din tumu ba
factors a na di ntumu no ba no eno anso ena enteso ba mo behwe bi gidi sa
and na make say factors di ntumu no say etu na ke etu ade no more than 10% bia no e ko printumu ena nyame adom yetu mu ema ne koduru almost 16 cities per liter no ye yes ade na yetu mu ma ye eno na ye gi ho faces ena nyame adaroma ade na drop a se wo hwema e ko be 30 to 35% na drop aba from eno na ye hwe hu se tie bia no e se itimi ye ho bibia e ko ya anti ase anya dwuma ma odo no e pese ke be ma masses na hu se nya de bia mu hu ye se ye ko TV na ye ko radio so amu de ye ko to ka bom ye communicators be kura ba TV na ade so mu ba ya na betu ene de ke pese ye bibi na manfo so hu se ye nso ye dwene wo mu hu ena adu ya ba nti se tie bia ye hia e nyina be fa dwempa ne hu kwan pe be fa so
ebase month so anaje se mama ya ye disappointed o ebetu meduru ho sa
se na me ka se they say me uti me ni wo radio so e fa sa general secretary kasa ene UTV and one of your sister sisters, a friend, my mammy can imagine or side. So, me aware of it. Now, me, and I say, Nami was Shanty region, Satama, yes, sir, I do cry, no more coyes are communicating, never knew. And I saw no more way in a by, but seeing in a share, one at every man.
Okay. Nana resume that's it.
That's what I'm
sure. Yene National Chairman, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union of Trade Union Congress, GPRTU of TUC, TNA, the way you're passing your name with tear torchlight and then you media. A break you had the amount, say, sir, a 10% reduction, no, a idea, one more the tabono. Atoso. And send it, and the idea you can send it, no.
Nana, that was it.
More concern for the end of the air table, no, so because like I said, what the toso na ifro chene ko mo kwa kosia na bia by next week no to bi wo ho a na e je se mo timi atoto e by next week nti e de na mo de ko
Mike
yeah
da yedi kamida na na ase se nokre wa kire se oil leader mpa se o tu anamo bi na nkoyi a otwesan na wakọ akoye niye na ode aba ye ko a ye gidi se asema waka wa ha mempo ma TV sisi ye no ye ko a o support him. Because you see, any de bia na yebeka and yebeto lorry femu, but it must come with reasoning. Infiti ase ne de na bebi omo fire no na yetro. Then anaka ya giatum hwini ho yebeka dan say yekọ a yenso ye de ye support akoma omo. But enye say yebete so amanabro 10%. Na even say 10% no po ebi mu kura yekọ
a more percent can go 5%.
Yekọ a se de na naka ye no yenka no penyimu saa Penyinsemsa sa yekwa yebehwe nwa ye bibidi that ebia na nkodu
chairman president chairman
as a chairman the mechanical you better lord film
obetu mu sen
mark nenti am say you better lord film mark tama get you 15% na bantu nso
as I say men fan to
na bantu mark wo mo say yenti lord film so e ma Ghana fo enwonto wo e be driver fo yenya Ghana
nyina Ghana.
Enti adentina wo mka da we kasa asem na menti ase. Enne.
Da moto so nyina ho
aso. January, 1 June. Ya to electricity. Ya to water bill so. Da be ni ontua bi. Obi okwa adwuma na obosom ogi ni pay no. Enu bi no yi no de atua na lad bay. Da be ni so otisti enanim no. Akra onya no de to no obosom dura. Enu bi no de tua na lad bay. Ene ni water bill. Enti anu wo mka se yan na Ghana fo wo ya 15%. That 15%, yemisa say, a man walk of funny man, what is yana? Tama yet so. Now abandoning far, PVA charges man. Now roadways, yan 2 men. Now income tax, yan 2 men. Now insurance, yan 2 men. And some abandoned tax, be good tax. I'm a good tax for Bob on Tribe can say, abandon any tax in every free higher. Etini yan kikanu yes, percentage yana nakano. Yanokre. Ini nyina yenze yenim that's what this percentage to and niema akura kosoro efa transport center no a na imbalance edika yen sen kapatro no kura timi ba be say 9 cedi 80 pesos and no dey also da bani ntiso kakra ne yede compare boso ka ne ma nyina ne balance okay na wona benya kakra to ne ho ne ma no da bani so ye dum obetima ko yes opano so kofi a obetima nya kakra e de akoto bi na mom say ekoba say say winim your friend margin be was UPP as margin there is 74 pesos abana increase no akwa na 47 abana increase no ko 75 anything na ka petrol no nka said diesel no eba 11 cedi 51 pesos na petrol no ko 11 cedi 67 pesos because of that inti and them say taxes na abana increase no cost kakra ninti ama petrol no price na can say back from 90 ma from akojina 12 30 pesos oh no enti magdali ni ekoso no say yaba montene ye be kasa enye se bia yenim ne ye gina so ayeka me magdali wo ankasa kura wa famia me driver CB na wonnim kura say me driver ono no frɛ wo ofrɛ na me kasa ansa wo say oye concern driver enti ne wo mu ni say ye ne nam fam enti ye ne ye kasa ye betwe na anu asi fam enne ane ye boa na mom Ghana fo hwɛ anim say 10% ne de ya de beba ba dia na mom nu na abane ema ene ema ba fam kakra e ba fam kakra dia na say ye kasa ye tiso ane na ma fam ne gina ba bi gina dia ya nya na hwɛ say 10% beba because driver fo na kasa kura masa na nu ya ye de sense mu ba yin ensema bi aka wo TV so mu aman kasa mu sister TV so TV bi kura min TV kura say sa da benit mu wu eda station ana ma ho kire ne ahoyehia driver fo community Yeah, me vit here me kite. My last year, they 30,000. And that call Achimoto overhead yes. And you 50,000. And this will be turned also the amount. Ube to make you academy. And the way we as I would drive a nuclear. At the end, you ever can say, yes, Rabano. Oma niamamungu, wasisi kaba, kakraba, yebenya diaye. Oma niamamungu. Nasa niamamugua. Yanusu yebeti makwene. Nisa niamama ngudia. They say pass a driver for Wobenya and Tamawura. It's not first why you be the busy. If you saw what the buy, yes, we had the member.
Okay. How you need 100.9? A David Unso can say transport ministry neck. So make out say, na and Kahon. Go chairman at Casse. Omonka, we a driver from Kabumuku no Mushia. Investigative journalist, Kwekwana, Ewa, Kwagu. Driver for as a medabi, and Kabiansa. And send me a costly 10% reduction. Driver for rate here. Apenia national chairman, Wakana Kile, Ewa Hase, and Yamia Doma, if you're going to go for put to hold. I was so now 1 year broader consultations and son, a woman to make effect. And because was sending Crawford who say, also, okay, BB say, who say consultations and uncle from. It is all my consultations in the coffin.
Of reduction and
yeah, uncle from, yeah.
Yeah, Ben Pana. Yeah, about and before reduction. I don't want to belittle the all about Auto afford EPRT and all of them. Ever since our groups buy our more regulating transport system in Ghana, there may be someone say there be a blueprint. When it becomes necessary, say price of fuel, liter of a fuel, echo 1 cedi or echo 1 peso. These are the regulations that guides them. Without we seeing, because me who be baby except ye man we mupe. And ye benya sabi and penny for was or mobile kasa about what? Come on, can't they have a simple regulatory system, a blueprint that by itself can regulate? I just say any of them, whether we are part of this or whatever.
Maybe a blueprint in a Guama dream.
My Guama dream is saying, I just can't understand it. Mark.
Yes, sir.
Ever since I became a journalist, and we've covered most of these transport issues near the and such Arabian memo besibria me notice studio I kasam penifue by this time they should be in their homes. Why are they here? Why the transport ministry cannot and should not have a simple system to regulate all of this? Ne de biara e ya twede bo de yebo obi asum de yesum to abonte de yete natare de wo pra wo ka mu. All because of 1 cedi, 1 peso, listen, let's this country 30 years. Let's get to raise the bar. I don't want to talk much about the issues. I know, because I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
And Mesra aye, you see, why you be a year in Casset so woman may be NCCDSAC quickly.
Okay. Yeah.
No, we develop it. A certain blueprint everything ya guide oma without any hwe say canon home so ko to fuel na problem bi aba ho na afi na akwa ti say when fuel station wa o mo ba be ya argument either say emu ma na nko yi and either say nsuo wa tank ni mu dey ben the argument no and me no ka say I personally was called to do a tour our National Petroleum Authority Bibia Mustafa way na kwado dey me ko hu no I was so looking at the command center, that command center, a oversight responsibility of everywhere fuel station be
across the country.
Exactly. Into one to mean sorry, I said, and canenwa na influx of adulterated fuel. This time won't mean why do you think opinions sound obitrimu po and omudia control center? MEA regulating all fuel internet. Control center no betimi atran wa hwe say fuel station bi wo aha any enchi
okay
ana boku echi ho ana closer to Burkina Faso, within Ghana's territorial border, fuel in here, and they will tell you, say, yes, fuel. And no matter what catch a quantity of fuel, and so no why? Air technology. Why can't they, the transport system, together with the Ministry of Transport and the Women come and all these agencies, put something together to end this into quad day with Timia come near there? That's my piece of advice to them.
Madam say, David,
Minian.
he jamukai.
Yes, we have put this blueprint down. But the other problem is when we say Ghana, method of your friend is saying windows here, first window, second window. Even one window can let you break the blueprint. Inti minister no over that sector no. Or feel say the blueprint iba ebe hard wen. Inti entena hosa no mu didi ya adwemu. And yen driver for ya force first now.
Then expose them. Minister no ye esi akwan de mamwa. Drivers union for wherever however. It's the same way expose sa nipa no. Because or a sector minister o.
Asema okay.
No, technocrats am regulate.
Asema okay. If you see what I see here. But it's only say the buoma ye mpanyifo. And nti na ye nka bi. Nana say minister nse nim. Me metime agina ofidie kese. Omo pe omo fa me court I will face it. Minister
invisible hands.
Minister nsa ewum. But on say omo ye mpanyifo. Omo pe so omo kan say nsa wum. No cry say minister na shesa nyama we nyina. But you see the oko kan see here. Now oko ye target. And then the issue, no. We have said this and we'll continue to say it. There, a minute we do say, yes, so yeah, the measures see a point. We say 5 friends components and a better so. The 5 components are there. You made the party for your funny currency. I'm not no Minister of Transport. Or can say, you say, no, when we say, your cost run out from, you know, you be increasing lorry fare twice in a year. First 6 months, you be increasing back on. The next 6 months now, echo to the last quarter. Here say increase.
Bad, sir.
What is our idea buy, you know? Then you are to mu. If it is any antenna say, but here away along the line, you who say a very good aid. Even this current minister, you is asking me to but the son say, Niema ye be ya ebe say ebi wo ho 6 months no, ye ntwen enye say January ana ye kotum. Ye hwe the way of fuel ne ko. Ansa na ya ye Inti, remember for example, last year, latest October, November, December, fuel was 11 cedis, 45 pesos per liter. All of a sudden from November, October, November, December, 23.
23, yeah.
Inti no, ebema ye raise transport fare no. Aye. Inti no, he's playing around our mind.
Yeah, I can understand that. He's playing on the keyboard of emotions. And that's too bad.
What you say? Inti sanya manu ne womu. Inti no, enye say ye yankasa even ya the method bi aba say even say sadia and ye no a head in a car by the number it takes. What you say?
Oh,
say
per
head in a car. Kilometers no, yeah, calculate ni aje. Sani ye the measures be buy. But this one say ye ne sa fuel never cost rama ye jina so amana cost ayinti no e drew 11 cedis 50 45 pesos na cost ye to ye ne minister prayer ufidie so anything na me ya make press nka obekọ boy voice that no no wa say yanka bi wa ha na ye kan ya ma minister ka so ye nya botre e bi wo ho ano mu tu kwan akọ ha say from 11 cedis for 23 cedis ansa na ye nya kwan atolo refe.
Okay, yo but as a chairman, I don't know how can I mean okay. Yeah.
No, you had better Juma. I said, Ansen Juniors Nana.
Yeah.
Let me say, no, I see a fan. And they are, you'll be a no, I see. In a only need behind them. In the end, the same. Yakuano nyankasa de ne nana abetia so se ode obo ato so ye nyina ye nhia na ye nyina ye nka na dada kan petrol seminary lord first sem no e politicians no na wontimi handle petrol ni yi enti petrol na wontimi handle ni yi nti woni se cost na driver for to lord femu na ko buma nana mark Obeja tum say 2 years in 2020 get here to
yeah. They are more.
Jamba giant case. What will be that? Oh, ma'am, this is you will be that. A taxi keka, ne guso. And your cost ministers, and chief of staff. Yeah, part of chow. Taxi way, no way there. One to me from Bra, but 20 wire the cat. What must it be done? What must it be done? Now, patrol in the bathroom. One more taxes in the so. I'm up at a cosoro. And the end, I can say, Nana Nakano. Yenina, Yamia, most Monday.
Okay.
Obe fear something.
Abba.
Obe share in a kusia. Ebi on yet better.
All right.
I'm a gun for us. I'm a jar menu wa kwenye India. I mean, can't
Assemble.
Enter on Abu Amakata. The crew must so Jamanja Kitikano.
Also, sir, work
Mark, me can't gratio a jacketi, Edumasa, and Yasi, Ajina, Pese. A cassan your quan in so to a ya. Angeli, a yamobo. A quan woman in Marco Road, a woman yama. Fine. Yanwa Yaniko, but ya walk. Electricity, a cobe beyond Yanwan free. And it is on one Coco village in 1 year light in India, and so who's come here to be a command. Master would just to a beppement 7 years in it. And no can I imagine. Oh, yes, by
How politicians, how we.
Majella, we are not told the house who can't come out from baby as also can election.
Where your friend say, Jabby.
Tell me by election, but so Jaman says, yeah.
Every 6 months, we are by elections. Bawa.
Majella, who call your corner, can't pass one,
even though you're quite the town rules and fine, but the view was one.
So Jaman, a Fracoso Moko Jacketi. Majali, the Dunyame, the Drew baby a drama for the Sinipan, and more than Tima Piacano. It's so toy, when the Quanae. And yes, so Tiena. Baby, and then we shall know TV for number 1 degree. I can't buy less about it. Then I saw your man the balance in my way. Yes, then 1 year can mind.
But I say, okay, Bauli, but I must say,
my what the master, dear, mamma, that yet national vice chairman.
Okay,
Yankra. Now, I mean, a secretary who say, yeah, the chair, the end in a income, and my transport.
William OSEI Kepa Willie, chairman of the Concerned Drivers Union. On an outside account, on any PRO, at the Concerned Drivers Union. And that's a what and Cardia 10% reduction, no. Aba, almost put to hold. But there's some of the official statement about. As one of the official statement. Because there's some of the official statement. Because we want to issue official statement. It is so almost signed with two. Official communication.
When you break news,
you're breaking one, and that is the end. And you're very okay.
The message was Obama.
Okay.
Neat FM. Any your friends saying group company no. Who say it is BBC.
Oh, Sapa Pepper send the way to us. Send the no one. The whole world. Okay, let me show you some Babakan your home. David Aguado, so now, what's in Cano? Massa, member Cassidy Bias. Oh, member, me papa free mama. You free mama, and had you been a maker. What the main fun is. Anyway, how you need 100.9? Kwakuanai Ewaha, Kwakuanai a year investigative journalist, ye baby D and Komo. Kwagu?
Hey,
Memoakwaba. Good. Then shall come on as a free or back I end this for Babetu or Mamma near by. But why same be any? I was so which you more. Tell you about what the call and send it too.
Well, first, in Koma, no be the map top to. What? For my man congratulated them. Said wow. There's a acquired to say a speak up. It doesn't look like EBS are BIA Huna. Again, yeah, because it does appear to say there were few infractions be recorded. However, I say, and yet too significant what went I process. So long as at the National Democratic Congress, yeah, human institute, yeah, you be who know any day who yeah, before, during, that yeah, human institution, such in front, they are one of them. The kind of sad one, Bruno Becker says, one fundamental issue pay up. The strong protestation by some of the MP accusing some leading members
Yeah.
to involve themselves. The party in penny for G2, like you know. Penny for ni binemo, your margin so me to two mono against some of these certain MP.
Yeah.
And I can understand. Because prior to say, we na bebano. Acrimonies be breakoko so was some of the constituents, including some members be cry or parliament wa. Say party issue a decree or kind of that umubu so quiet. And I know say leading members of the party were not happy with it. Because some of those MPs Omunya they want seat all of them. About 20 if not. No. Now everywhere on mato abanewie no, I think say as I said that's settle with this because
okay.
The métier asamoa Aruna ebe confirming what Muktaka a kind one the constituency on Muktaka I can say is a single Muktaka alone. Let me hear 1 second analysis of one constituency make say acrimonia akoso one in your job before during
elections no
enye too good. Don't know. But strange enough, felt appear out of anymore. Ocean margins on our coin and not just significantly. Mati Obisu to say, yeah, Aba, and also Ningo Pram complaining bitterly. The BB, and so echo so on a not enye too good. All coming from sponsors of this top. I said the hierarchy of some members of party. Branty is a year, they boam and fee a year. Kwamankasi. Ofosu Kwache.
Felix Ofosu Kwache.
Yes. On also about Felix. And so Abe complaining bitterly. See, and you have to know one thing significantly, sir. These are people in the NDC. But when we are very loud and they say their minds, it doesn't matter. So when we success is the NDC. However, for these people to place on record, national radio, television, complaining, not just say idea, papa. Again, I also cite with them say these are the deep cracks. When we believe say immediately so mutu one more. Sooner rather than later, and I bear too little, too late for. Because se nipa ne hu no me to kan ho asem e onya se ye call party nim ye kan hye ye din ye tratra ye ba bi nim ne ade no musu no mum ye nka sa asem we na party mpenifo no hu no mo ntwom ho free sa niam no good things a party mpenifo no take this issue very very.
That's one more attention cost.
And another matter of concern is one reason some level of
indiscipline.
Visibly seen in and it's a matter of special with them. The NPP it me because is a leading opposition. A Drew baby Mark in penny for what party no a bit adamant in their approach to things. Into a movie say, to me, we call the shots. For example, they see war parliament where they letter become an MPs. And then if you look at the format in which can say then a Rambo style and I say a coup style. That's the leadership of the bench swapped to a different group of people. For that aspect, I would say the NDC stalwarts and as a leadership now then I think it's a broader consultation and come for them to absorb what was coming, and then they will say, "Oh, smooth transition from one to the other." No, and also, say, but my kind is an interesting one going forward. These are matters I would say can be dealt with before now, 2024. There's a little time.
Resolve all these matters here.
Also,
Mutakaka said the leader and the current crop of executives they should quickly, as a matter of agency, parliamentarians. And yes, sir, a bit more 2024 elections.
And I think
time is not on their side.
Again, I think the flag bearer elect, and so famous are so share special MPs and I'm say Dr. Kwadufo and show. It's a wake-up call. It's a good move. Bring tension, be a woman.
Yeah.
Down. And I think that is a very, very important. Adia Bakwan, here that goes wrong with all of them. ASF. I heard Fusukwachi say, Mutaka and Sukan the same. Sam George and Sukan the same said, Sadini na a course no, Omuni na ato backbench or Yadia. So then it tells you that to me who say yes, perhaps victory is staring at them, and so how then do you continue to as it were stare on some negativity? I believe there a lot of lessons we learned out of. But having said this, I am waiting for the governing party. Elect their
one more flag bearer and one more parliamentary candidates.
As a gatekeeper or a member of the 40 states of the region, we can put the issues together and help the citizens make an informed decision. Across the MPP November because and no never me who say then people will go forward or will simply just have to surrender, give up power. Now, so say that
a big nipa won't be union so. And now say 10 of events and a bit term.
Mark,
yeah,
one factor to agree with say yes, a bit depending who the MPP.
I'm
really not Mark. On a scale of 1 to 100. Engineer about 20%. No. It doesn't look like. But let me go into matters are right. The position. Any views about flag bearer on drama. Yeah, same you are. I mean, sure so what. Some officials and some party commentators say, comeback of John Mahama like an old wine. That there isn't anything special or better
about John Dramani
Mahama. As a journalist, I can only advise the NPP commentators and element to stop this 12th, 13th century politicking. I'm telling you. And rather strategize properly or sooner rather than later. Too little, too late for them.
Oh, yes.
Before the Congress, the NDC, Mahama, and Omode Neba, NSA, Nafanam say, Namuso Sana Mokasa. Now listen to me here. Okay. The NPP cannot start their campaign based on this premise. The flag bearer elect John Mahama has been saying, "Waba power denti." The one omde na badia, and naturally say, "Enya dia election ebe so difficult." Ama MPP. Asma Mukanye. Now let me go a bit into Adiwenamenye crystal analysis. Ye wakase bia ye kan otwi kasem se ye se san kofa ye nchiri. Ebiom te nipa eye ade otu anamon na oye mfomso later oba na obeka kire se ade wei be face na meye ni se me ni se na no minim enti se sia no menya a new advice menya a new view and going forward no kwan wei so ene me pese me ba me yes ade uti kira wasem ne se sa nipa no man opportunity and as any pan ye man opportunities on be correct no onye no fofra enye in the estimation of the MPP no it does appear say and again maminka we as a journalist NDC for asem ne dap no so ye analysis you cannot hold it against John Mahama say as long as a webedi or minus so pain no why ye bi no okono ne come back no it holds no significance to our body politics. That's an ill advice and they better stop it. Other than that,
say ayana argument in any say na o bibi na ko be ya and then now
how can you me say ho when yankopon wo bo ni wiase we wie oni ni pe wie oni ye wie preko pe
e bi oni ye wie send
ade chi ade sei na wono oye totobonsu pasaya domo no nim ade chi mu asem but each and every day bia owo dia anamo otu nipa abrabo yes why is God not finished with us there we oni ni pe wie but yankopon tu anamo ebiom enipa na bedi o minus so we bedi minus so pe or ye di obetumi at that very material moment no di obetumi aye no and you cannot say he's an absolute. No, going forward in the era of John Mahama, nobody should say so or static. He should commit mistakes more than ever that Adrian Kraben said may commit a mistake, and out of that mistake you learn a lesson. Other than that, Yemisa say 20 saying basically 21 and the current president or completing a 4-year term. 20 saying.
Yeah, between 2017,
you know, they do saying
2021.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 20 no.
And not completing in 4 years. Make a President Akufo-Addo.
Yes. Between 2017 and 2021.
Great. Now you me say that 4 years no. President Akufo-Addo the bedru other than Yama coins that we want to without any.
Yes, I to about the review no. Say you better maintaining an intimate maintain.
The other than a young is on. In the wisdom of the constitution, there's a provision made. Say, see a sign qua assessing. Near Shannon say whether or not.
Okay.
Obey to me. Ghana for no, and you know, Ghana for no bet me renew the mandate based on whether or not we're performing or performing. That is one thing to look at it. That was a caveat to warrant President Akufo-Addo come back. And then Ghana for one guy said, no. For first 4 years, no. One more home modern. Into year more mandate, no. Into year then, I quote review. Ghanaians have to do an assessment. Notwithstanding, there were also a lot of mistakes be rebar. President Akufo-Addo year in his 4-year tenure and Sana or Sanbetwaso. Rebecca se Ghana for no because a part of us is a certain political idiosyncrasy. Oh, and yashe, muma nipa no. Oh yes, nonsense. That's it. But and also in Jesse, ne President Akufo-Addo who na ye fedudu obi na ye pen asim no. We could have decided send ye into one. But in the case of Mahama, he's been candid enough. If you watch President Mahama before, during, and even tour, he's been candid enough with Ghanaians to admit some of the shortfalls, weakness, which became inimical during the tenure in government, and has learned from that. And if you say, what can I say? Choose to do things differently if he gets the knowledge. Ebini then a walker can. We as gatekeepers, any 40 states of the realm, it's any careful. Yet any careful, and yama being bisa, and yet it's a walker can. Former President Mahama aka to ye ne Ghana for you. Or say, when I come this time, something like S. Gracia
So be year free.
Under Article 71. Ebiomi Atese Walker say the cancellation of teacher trainee, any nurses and teacher trainee, you know, that na NDC government in here, no. Really. Exactly. It affected the NDC government in their period. And nobody can say that affected NDC for going forward and also as to whether so be winning and also winning. We're moving how it affected them. All right?
Yeah.
Now, ever since he mentioned the cancellation of the S-Gracia, I have been looking forward to the NPP. Say, we are taking the first initiative to do this. What have we?
The cancellation of the S-Gracia.
But you say S-Gracia was one of the useless things among many in this constitution. We need to clear all of them. What's saying?
Yeah.
Obre ya brands yensa kwa nuance ye didi no.
Kwaku yanye sadie we. Say the very day former President John Dramani Mahama eka asasem we. I took my time and I made by radio so anopa on the morning show. And I'm say sa S-Gracia issue we.
Yeah.
Edin ye dia to so S-Gracia. But technically na nye S-Gracia na ye ka. Because she said Article 71 of his holders.
Yeah.
Every 4 years, I say your power be yoku. Now we determine what salaries, other allowances, emoluments, and whatever. Say abedyoku ni determine year. Na ya retrospect no. Ya sign ya kwa yechi. Na ya kwa calculate. Enti A na say yetu ya waka 4,000. Mum oba ye no yetua oka 3,000. So the remaining 1,000 no and ye ko ye chi ne yakoka ni nyina abom. It's months in your 48 months. It's 1,000 by 48. Ebema 48,000. Na ye de abom ye de amount say waketua we yes anka na wugini. Eno na ye term no say your friend S-Gracia. So ho enti sete saa adenti ena se aban bi ba ene abedwako ne paw womo share womo another 4-year term na se na nanaka ya calculate sika sa ugini at the end of the day no wo kwa ye ni sika bi e besa calculate say ye dey ma ada na ye anya ne saa eti me challenge if you could explain it better to me ebo eye John Dramani Mahama ne S-Gracia na okan ye no ehwo no say mbibisa say eye abedwakuo ene ya pound we determine salaries akase eye ne nkrofo mo ba S-Gracia no ma omanyi meaning say ebe pass through constitutional process ebe ko parliament house it is ebe ko parliament house there sabre no da so aban mu it is sabre no so abedwakuo no so pound no mo ye adwuma it o pound no mo the recommendations ne ba onene na pound for there won be decide say wo mo enje emom na sabre no wo initiative process a won be cancel saade no e de free ho. Well, I agree to that. Emom as a ye can set to say the S-Gracia no eye adeboni bi a sika bi da baby go bi kwa ye kukuru dia kuja ne kwan, but that is not it. And yes na de ne tie meaning if I'm making sense it's as a ye painting ade ne black to the extreme say as a nipa no amanyofo no ana say article 71 of his holders no if you enter be ana kwakoko kukuru sika bi let
me tell you.
Yeah.
See, and in person me limited discussion solely to that. There's
a lot into that. Okay.
But to give it a summary to when the technocrats there's a
that goes into it.
You see, this whole S-Gracia was done under the auspices of fly lieutenant. See, and some of these things were done just to suit a certain agenda for that purpose in the period or the era, for which Nippon only hobium. I have said time and number say more presidents in Mabanwa.
Yeah.
Mo yes sabi Mr. Kan, mo ye nimdifo a mo na mo CS makoko Harvard ne Cambridge ni ade no. You look at a lot of things that are inimical to this constitution. Near be amended no immediately. For example, President, what now mean so? With this someone ya bon micro no. Free so immediately now what is so cry and see it to me hot so. Parliament should be able to initiate 2/3 majority in the House, impeach you.
Yeah.
Parliament should be able to commence some action for you to be arrested. The judicial system should be able to prosecute the president whilst in government. Why can't we see this? In a developed country like this, the car and ye being fine, no. Ye ha momuno and you wasting money. Ye ha momuno and you disika raw from. Where in this world and you bet miaka says I do nyansa biu. Now, me no is Grasha. Ochina, call some of those officials in parliament as we speak. Cementimia catch us Alban Bagbin, Kingsford Bagbin. Betimia in a cre, obedi no crash Ghana for. Adeba is saying Bagbin con right now. The Right Honorable. About this S. Grasha issue. Why? There are some members of parliament, even as of the first parliament of the Fourth Republic, all up to the 8th parliament of the Fourth Republic. Woma form a certain situation bia. Hey, so mu say health check. Ye kwa hospital, womo manum, womo yenum, womo busuafo, what not and what not. Kwado ni na omo de begu parliament. And you can imagine say quantum of money that is being dissipated a year share and they call some members. Why? All in the name of S. Grasha, but Ghana for him. I'm just to tell you, say, John Mahama knows why. He say, no, be kase, I na adena, ne diena wajida than one farmer. Let's stop this.
I know they may be because
that is so rubbish. We say, these politicians have reduced this our politicking to accept to call it nothing but mediocrity. You don't do that. And I make us say, I'm expecting this governing party NPP take the initiative right now so that Ghanaians will clap for you.
But
you are not doing it.
Kwaku,
do we know how much?
Morally. So this yes argument now. Your position is be an also make it some kind of legitimate point because on the 1st of May, the year 2022, or can say onje aketuya intumu. It's as we speak, you know. Sa emolument now, Dr. Erikodos, I nominate the quarter say I'm forgetting the committee named your head committee, you know. But my recommendations now the buy, you know. And ya dear president and in the ministers, you know. But my J Sanchumo. Sabren so or ye official announcement, you know, on the 1st of May and then May Day 2022. And I think emolument
about increments or salary.
Yeah, salary, yeah.
No, must increments, you know, almost striking about.
President, you know, I can get it.
But the point is, as gatekeepers of
yes.
How demonstrable?
President, about 70%.
How demonstrable by action have they showed to Ghanaians and say, yeah, can it say, Ghana for watch, this is the evidence. Where is it? And then on me catch me quick say, ye can say, your salary, your allowance with the engine, and now you take about 13 for Hanese. One may try to feed you so I'm can't answer the form.
Okay, on record, in the answer, well, I also agree with you.
So you see, this S. Grasha deal with for the fact that John Mahama, one kind of kukum, one kind of openly, nurses and teachers training allowances, one kind of kukum in the first place. We didn't know and from so and Wajatum said no, there must be a different approach strategically to it. That's for me. It's one thing gatekeepers we have to watch him and keep him close and monitor him by his words.
Okay.
Ebiom yatese and also Walker in terms of job creation.
Job creation, yeah.
And that was in his acceptance speech. What is he talking about? How we have to mobilize a force and then approach it in a different dimension. You to know, and so are absorbing in many circles of the political divide or in sectors. You know, Adebia no kaya. I'm say ebi NTS see oba very same they was absorbed NDC for name one into the police service, the security service, and the fairness. That's same way on the premise they have a lot of records to suggest that a lot of people see a form in these services. Women have been denied that opportunity. Why should it be? But you see, between NDC and MPP and Kasano, they've walked on the path of recruitment into police service, military, fire service, customs, immigration, all on political lines. Instead of us to create a year devoid of political colors or devoid of political whatever, yes are recruitment. Because, here can say, the Interior Minister, Ambrose Dere, on my country Ghana for say, nipa saying, through him, the office, and Omuko police. The Minister for Defense, Nitiwu, on my country Ghana for say, nipa saying, and we recruit them into the armed force. We have the list. You see, it's a basanwa. Now, I say, Chrono, more yene, or mine, more yene say, and yen Joe, but you call Malata market and our domain market, I walk party, which of the party are in effect. Why the system is not able to work properly, like here can't wait anymore in transport for us, devoid of this, devoid of that, so that the system can work and work efficiently. But any horse, so for me, I think that former President Mahama is demonstrating so much and a lot inspiring courage, inspiring confidence, and inspiring his comeback. Say, Obe completing the 4 years now.
Not what my years.
A lot of alacrity, with a lot of hope that I can tell you, say Ghanaians, a lot now air by.
But one more position, one more count.
That is where we the gatekeepers must watch what is bubbling now. Now, media news another issue back also ever confront to end this anytime in forward. About what I call one more the running mate's fee. Whoever becomes running mate to yes, they are there.
Very crucial.
Yes.
Because it's very difficult to be maintaining Professor.
Very crucial, and of course, it is the determination of that will tell whether or not the NDC will go for glory in 2024. So I know, Semeka said there's a lot of brothers. So the NDC have to look. But I also tell you, the MPP has a lot to do. This crucial moment of our body politics. Yes. Since they are the ones governing this country, their quest to break the 8-year cycle will not rely on their IMF initiative, including what Brian A. Champon was in, also telling Ghana for Debbie. And we are waiting to see how they will fight to limit the level of massive, unprecedented corruption. And the loot of state lands, they're trying, and also crucial, they need to work at it. And then, what you call the mother of all, legal mining and air coso. Or maimu baby, I say, the Gia who be Gias is here, NGA. Professor Frempong Boating report here better way there. I feel making it much clearer, giving us names, a cuckoo down for one mushemua, mudisa and so. Ebiom, we are also looking forward to what you call proper policy direction. And yet, one district, one factory.
One factory.
No. That is not backed by any policy. Policy be now. It's MP.
And the policy document.
Policy document in a way. Be.
Policy document.
So mobile studio ha. The MPP pennyphobi suit here my challenge or my day they should come and tell us. Policy document bang and a bucket one district, one factory, a year or mokakano. Ebium. Yet ye baby and so can say every constituency be a Ghana answer. One member our constituency is saying how much? 1 million Ghana cedis. Is it not?
Yeah.
What's it? And also Nuku season. Nina bedane political propaganda lies ni kontompo and ni nabrabasem. You see, and then I make a show earlier and I say, one more flag bearer on be you know, but it won't really sell much. But Ghanaians and some of us as gatekeepers who would zero down on the things the NPP told Ghana for, who will zero down and assess them by this policy direction. We will sit down and do critical analysis and throw it back. It will be a throwback. Mama come in here, 1, 2, 3. And want something to say. Yeah, can say 1 district, 1 factory in Seminole. It was saying yes. At least, yeah, any grand can. There's a lot. The woman can sacra bro, Mumo Jania. Oma no cranny, a collapse. You see? They say I'm more IMF as him.
IMF's Yamia Doma, as about China.
Ghana ni biam fa nsem.
First trench of 600 and why?
See, me ba na meet you. Ghana ni biam fa nsem woni ti say. The ma. Yes. Because MPP for whom more border to.
Are they?
Yes. You see, kwado the ama wo ho eye mo bo bebrebe. Ohun say ya na ye wo kase bi say edua ananse tenase no ntikuma ontenase emade edua mu nkan na ya tete won framem ne kre say on my way ever since I shares I democracy according to yakọ IMF maako sen 17 ne kre da ede na ede ekọ ho ede na ede ekọ sa IMF
ma nyina ahokyere ya o
sa wo ho good nti da 17 times na yakọ ni na no ede emwa pa na apasom Kwame Nkrumah ye tu Kwame Nkrumah no everywhere the next government no succeed in Nankasa and that next government in Nankasa so one so and they conspire with these Western powers, the CIA, and no more overthrow Kwame Nkrumah and no more and somewhere. Yes, now this is how we are going to help you people govern more country. And this is a shemwa. IMF I acquired 17 times. My memory of statistics as of 1966 to 1969. The first IMF bailout request from Ghana and it happened in 1966 after the overthrow of events like Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Ekoswa Besi said Ghana then went to IMF 3 different times after this, from May 25th, 1967 to May 24th, 1968, and then from May 28th, 1968 to May 27th, 1969. And yes, I returned back to the IMF Bume from May 29th, 1969 to May 28th, 1970. He made the whole capo roll. Into what was there. Then January 10th, 1979 to 1980. August 1983 to 1992. This is zero down. August 3rd, 1983 to August 2nd, 1984. August 27, 1984 to December 31st, 1985. From October 15th, 1986 to October 14th, 1987. And then November 6th, 1987 to November 9, 1980. This is what the IMF are walking Ghana all through this path. Now, where can you? And me say the MPP there, from so a bro ni beye no humfia, a tetem penifoni binimua.
Ade.
Woman to me sabi hu nyansa no ma avoid it going to IMF no.
The best than I avoid it because opposition for crowd advice say party say baby a yigina nenya.
No
economists
why didn't what brought us there?
Because external shocks.
External shocks of what? External shocks of what? And woman to be bold enough to continuously sing about the chorus score what? One way to treble, one way to bass, one way to wine. Russia Ukraine war. Russia Ukraine war. Russia Ukraine war. Damn. When you sit there, and I'm a refi. No, if by justification, IMF Nikono, ebe to say dear abronye eka enwa. Then I think say kwado as I said Ghana for an MPP for na esim konwa. No mu bisa mo ho say IMF ne ye ko ne saying na hwan and then I see young IMF. Here, I brought you a cafe.
And it's all IMF. IMF and Sanity. And I would send actually.
So, take.
Better pa.
I just am watching me. That's one. I'm watching them. What catch that Ghana for owning the Albubu?
I brought you a cafe.
You are mining you up. And it's all IMF. Coach, let's say, minimum answer. Into one and mine. IMF and Sanity. And I would send actually.
And me take it. Some of the MPP penny for
merits
in the finance belt. And so by no saying, listen to him.
The IMF today, we will not go to IMF tomorrow, and we are not going as long as the NPP remains in power. Mr. Speaker, looking beyond.
Okay. Dr. John Koma.
And a vice president Ankasa Suyede, or the bet was
too much relative to revenues, which is true. You are borrowing too much, which is true. Your external payments position has deteriorated, which is true. And so you ended up, your growth is reducing, which is true. So you ended up at the IMF. And the IMF would impose certain conditions, which is true. And if you don't do certain things right, the anchor will not hold, which is true. So I'm not quite sure what it is that is not true that I said. But I think, unfortunately, the supporters of this government and this government itself are very reluctant to admit the truth, even when it hits them in the face. Yeah.
True. Thank you about that.
And of course, you move from leaving the industry or particular location that's near to Saudi. Now let's use MPP benchmark.
They're going to IMF.
So why are they there? Why are they there? Why? I didn't know why IMF around. Where are they?
You should admit opposition there's one more akazakasa we know. But we have to
really
also put them on their toes.
Say careful. You can forgive the ordinary Ghanaian by the streets who doesn't really want to be too much concerned. But the gatekeepers of this republic must be very careful.
Yeah.
Take them by the bull by the horn and put them straight proof. Ask them why you are doing what you are doing. And then, why you're happy, move it to champagne. Move it to champagne. No, I doubt.
But they can't keep party in the minion.
My goodness. When you spend so, say, I can say, go and check. Import cover is saying the import cover class of this moment is saying when you sit there, Nasa, we are then who spend it so recklessly. The government ever in the history of this country to have given a balloon of ministers unprecedented, one nation, one state. Compare Ghana to Abuja is switching Ghana. That's one. Nigeria could have sent 36 states. Who could have sent one? And one now, Ukutano, your population is less than 40 million people. Absolutely absurd. Madness. About down for. Now, what's the sa? Over
about down for the men, Kabi.
What's the sa? Almost about 100 and something. Ever since this fourth Republican Constitution began, me who be that? Now, do we go? Aswoye Bakuno, ne nipa miensa, eguho. No more jedi.
As a president in the HRM.
Or Tremo or Adam Mahwine. Now listen to me, Quado. You see, your politicians, I imagine so much answer. Eh? Nenti Bibian ye bibino. Forget about all the statistics here made them away. Neyanko, what happened in the PNDC? You see, go back to history. Ghana Fonso, I imagine Bebresum parking, Kanya Disia. The Uko Cheke, Abaya na Breso, of facing a lot of top conditionalities, including economic austerity measures, was the former and late flight left Rawlings era. Now, over Kaya, at the time of Rawlings, every coin, Emmy a Tuaba, Emma Liman, Ebedi Tumeno. Then the AFRC returned back to back, and they were watching Liman government. Liman Shaho Castle, or Yedi Opa, Yedi Oye. At that time, Liman Surrey free sem. When he inherited Your friend is saying a system where so many things were not in a right place. It says so upon whom modern economy move faster. Why what in the then the AFRS returning came one particular day when all of us were asleep. Then we heard the big bang, boom. The Liman government has just been over, and the Rawlings is taking over. Rawlings in a soldier for no feels that no bet me rule Ghana up to whatever point. And they realize that no system no is completely different from how a soldier for no womuhuniama. Then here comes Rawlings and his people started lifting their hands in despair to catch a glimpse. The IMF of today, the same IMF, were there. And guess what the IMF told Rawlings? They say, boy, you know what? In order to have a rescue mission, you need to embark upon economic recovery.
Yeah.
The essence of it was to lay a foundation of a productive, sustainable, efficient economy, verifying the prospect of the world creation under the period of stabilization from 87 to 89, structural adjustment and development.
Yeah.
It was there, and Omokache Rawlings said, put an economic recovery team. A Hona Rawlings Kofa, Justice D.F. Annan, the Nathaniel Kwao, P.V. Obeng, and all these Ahoy guys, Ebe Boyama Rawlings. And at this same IMF for Ebe introduce you the PAMS card,
the
PNDC,
yeah.
Global 2000, and all those nonsense. Yemi says, him. And once, he ensures that Rawlings embark upon what you call restructuring through political liberalization, where they ensure that elections for district assemblies were held in 1988 and 80, followed by the appointment of committee of experts and consultative assembly to draft the constitution of the Fourth Republic. And by then, the national referendum of April 1992, which approved the constitution by overwhelming majority. What was to be the crowning event was the elections in December 1992, followed shortly by parliamentary elections. What is striking in this process is the effort by Rawlings to strengthen his claim to domestic and international legitimacy, whilst at the same time managing the process to ensure the PNDC could. He was smart enough because who said the IMF was not all about to ensure the welfare and the well-being of Ghana's economy. It was the fact that they were looking for a way to hoist the PNDC government out of power. Period. But Rawlings succeeded to walk on the edge all up to giving birth to what today you and I, in 1992. Now, the American Ghana for Nani in Peninfua, more politicians, and more Professor, Dr. Emeritus, whatever. The IMF is not there for the welfare or the well-being of the global economy. I challenge anybody. Come to the studio.
Yeah.
The IMF is not there for the global economy. No. Please. They are not there for your welfare.
One more agenda, one more interest.
Cover one there. The IMF and the World Bank, 56% of this IMF World Bank belongs to the US Treasury. What people don't know, the IMF is part of this Illuminati empire who are there to control global political economic power and shut down economies. One of their agenda is also to ensure the establishment of their puppet government. Please, people should go and learn. Okay? Now, if you go into deep history and study what happened to this country before, during, and the hoist of Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, then people can appreciate what the IMF have done to this country well over decades. Into the IMF presence, our Ghana, no, the amount tekua the amount in interest. You see,
alternative.
Yeah, but that also tells us, as I say, Ghana for your solid trada. Now you're penning for you will chase them out because Bebreno yare woman yare. But you may see him penning for the yare. Mentias yo. Na me ba me say ho enti work for IMF maku imprenson e mo be na ebo Dunson, sorry. Yet the canoa year kwa 3 billion Ghana cedis dollars. Great. Obin Kanjram said Ghana is not capable, and for that matter, we don't have what is 3 billion more than 10 times 3 billion. A small country called Ghana, located in the epicenter of the world. And you are telling me, sir, we don't have much of resources We don't have much of minerals. We don't have much of what it takes to mobilize $3 billion. Then you box out and create a show.
Yeah.
And it's a box side. My rough analysis at least about $250 billion worth of bauxite. And a rough estimation. Man, no. What the South bauxite? Any Chinese government in Ecuador come on my Chinese government, I'm saying. Tell the Chinese government.
I said $3 billion. No,
my $2 million.
Other two. I don't need a trench. Who said the entire CRC loan? Yeah.
Now, idea. Says you cannot $2 billion now Chinese government man. What the man say and find you constructed roads.
Roads, yeah.
Municipal road all over Ghana. Maybe say MP before. How many of such roads and here? Yeah. President Akufo the Beke can be. Dude was saying on my constructed. Sadly, he was directly under the auspices of the control of the vice president. Dude was saying on my constructed. Yeah, try one. The baby sending now one by one going forward. Says he can saying and that's what that. How many of the roads and then also my constructed am you? You see, it's a box site numpo keke. And enough say would you see what CSK. But then I am just to say, and young one wants to say before the exit of this government, that bauxite it be free. Because what you have to know is that
I said, I don't say this, I say, so now say contract and so a woman say, say, yen to me and the yet the end so meaning a better and a better than a bossia as in saying you call more a year.
Yeah, a year bit in is I am a full CK. And oftentimes I am a full CK conditionalities at home.
Oh, yes.
2. Woman is to a movie.
Also, when one to a bank crowd for levies and wofu also. Upward adjustment or adjustment, but the upward normal can.
Lord have
and
mercy.
The taxes. Yeah, as I buy the side, JJ. Just one material, normal me and say, you bet me. Revenue mobilization.
There are a lot of woman country the war. Now, you see, my maker,
set information in be classified.
Yes. Oh, me say Ghana for go what would you know? Take me quick one aside. Oh, hey, me, I can never be NDC and I can never be MPP, and I don't even need the delight of owning each one of them on my card. But listen to me. Anybody knows what we did during the times Akufo-Addo per power? You move be the and our disappointment to now of the MPP government and is so visible. If you want to know, fine, one person will now take you on me quick one. It's up to you. But the IMF no home. But more times part of the agenda in here. They are more interested in your state installations. This is what they do. And there are other multinational companies also ever on the belt of the IMF. Like the Enron, the Shell, the Rock City, City Bank, many multinationals. And a lot of global events saying, and so IMF, like the CFR, Council of Foreign Relations, all of that. IMF. Now what they do, say, they are interested in say, state installations, na women are buying di hun komo. Now women who di hun komo, they want to take those assets, they want to have control. They've done it to many nations. So go, I'm from Conco reading and research what happened to Argentina, Chile, Brazil, Greece, and many nations around the world. Now, when take control, part of the conditionalities near the Bema say, we'll give you this money, but behind the scenes, then they buy off top ministers, president in Ankasane.
That is what they do.
Yes. I can show you very, very serious classified document in the era of Wolfenson, former IMF boss. At IMF for a year, edit here, or maybe maybe we are smart. But when you joke is how for Africa, dear, Africa continent is like a walkover for the IMF, no doubt, absolutely incontrovertible. Now, when we are Sanua, war president, they buy you off. They buy some ministers off. Then civil society groups are more loud. They buy them too. And to what we send you a BA account. It was Swiss Bank. na ya wire sika de atum before mo ba be take his installations no wo mo yes ade we na awie o enti wote wa o so edwumaku bi o se den wo maba wo ba be take over electricity company BBT say see from some PDS and wo mo ko wie ni sen muni mo mo ehye PDS for na echi muni mo mo hye no maba ye ba beto waste bound so ye ba beto set oil refinery at the board me boa mo ntimi kura manage oil refinery whanim na beto oil refinery maka me entie who are those whanim na ba beto this nation's installation would they be transparent to Ghanaians? But then I can only advise Ghana for more education say IMF for no they are not your friends. No, they are there and one of their corporate friends main agenda no the normal economy but they have to ensure that they establish their corporate purpose plan and then obey skew towards their agenda. And as a CAT says, part of their conditionality is what they did to Rollins. In the era of Rollins, Minyasha passed on Buzia. Yes, before the oyster of Buzia. No. Buzia and so then introduce what you call austerity measures. And also saw in the same of Rollins the largest public sector retrenchment. Rollins time. Nina ne say IMF no are not your friend. They are not there for you. They are only there.
Say you one more back. Yeah, memoir across one more bay more. We shouldn't jubilate. Yeah,
to oil. Yeah, one go. Look, companies be to say Shell, Enron, Nina IMF group no. And when they come and they take over your resources, they are now one say, "Oh, man, paying for no and yet transparent with the citizens." Oh no, they are can't want to. Yet, in the era of former and late President Ivan Sifia Tamil, they got loan from the Chinese Exim Bank. They are saying,
I think it was 2 billion.
No, 3 billion.
3 billion, yeah, 3 billion. CBD loan. No. Now I think you're receiving 190 million, if I may be right.
1.5 billion.
1.5
against the back of 14 over 13 barrels, 13 million barrels of crude oil today. That's kind of buy, and also Ghana for the mentality of our leadership in this country, 30 solid years and fear Ghana, the failed state. Bonia impenifu with DTS citizens, your monim sika loot the money. Yemfa bin to top properties. Yemfa bin ko dimba, yemfa bin ko to amanone. And nessa anyomano. This is what we know. Pardon? And you're more serious than you think we are talking. The Ghana for and Soria. No man who say impenifu way a diboniache. At the blind side of whether or a professor, doctor, whatever. But you see, of course, Ghana for us to say any penno. Yes, sorry, be beyond pussy, said no. Mummy for your near trebi. Your politics ni na, yes, sir. A yesiko. And this if we just ended Congress. Ne nipa na delegate for Amosumusha MPP ni NDC. Unyankupon hu mobo. Every now and then, mona mu yesi ahenefo.
Okay.
Ye ba beto aba. Momo de ne se gisa muji scans na modi obi aba se monko. What is going on in this country?
Okay, Kwado.
Na me the baby and you say again e course wo Kumawu.
Kumawu dey say by elections.
Why say by this time?
And as usual, say no one would that die.
And today is the time mo betimi ahye nenum ho. Minister of Roads and Transport, who mobo na so no aso bedi kan. Yakoye by election on the consistency. I don't know my bonesa.
No,
what is going on in this country?
It's a warning.
Now listen to me.
By elections,
MPP Fonanka send him say at the time Basua etia kunya so no mo pekure to na de so na meboa the ombasi akasa
issues will be
no ombasi akasa etia den na Basua he worked at the corridors of the transport ministry how many times ena or yes ha na mukoye ni rules man mukoye
abandoned hospital was any one with the necessary
and I'm say mukoye rules na mo de den mo de hye nenum nyam na mo de kwaji vote against the backdrop of what is happening is right now. Say a teacher need jina classroom chradie. Na kwado guess what the teacher need chradie. or the sign language not. The first century. Why East? Tobu is why consist. From what China Bisano.
Okay.
Say teacher Nini Jahan.
Tobu wa West.
Wa West. Yes. Na teacher Nini Jahan sinti say teacher Ojinan Korean anymore. Inti hwade or per se or ye or chro eya. No, just or yes say.
Or the top. Are
ni say.
Talk you know Hannah.
Blackboard no way. This is the national. Yatuya who say ye gates events and gateway to Africa, a beacon of democracy, golden age of business, and Akufa the Beckham was Ghana beyond aid. Beyond aid, Norwegian IMF.
That's say. How you need 100.9 an investigative journalist? You kwa 9 and
wow, we see from this year street and so. Every day, me hear dear Baku Kesia, I weep almost every day, and I have to wipe off my tears. It's what you see on the street right now. So we'll be in Korea. Punch your camera. This human capacity, Ghana for the street hawkers continue to increase day by day. The emissary said, population 30 million. No, you see ye jumampo, ni ye na ye tifie, na ye see ye ntwe ye kamiye nidia. Pardon, Mark, Jerry, me say ye juma Ghana for betimi didi, just like Libya.
Right, Kwagu, Ike Ewotema. Or say, Mr. Host, ask the man, since IMF granted us 17 times of loans, which installations have they taken over? Since it is their interest that one mobile be taking installation, it was him in Bissau. I didn't 17 times.
He was not listening. May man a blueprint, may walking it through a path. 3, the agenda of the IMF. And many times when they get to nations, the Ghana installation be one say omukon doso ombejia. He should just put his eye on the ground. Tell him to learn and stop useless attacking. The point is that installation be wo na so mo patwa and mo pa GF government in Zema. Nya afi no mo be gina radio so no my announcement say we the IMF we want your electricity company. And Ghana water. And when they come, installations so many jehono generating organization, electricity, water supply, any a whole lot of any offense oil installations.
Okay.
Now, oil now what a offense Western region.
Western
Government of Ghana need to.
And they send there.
Percentage of me saying
10.
10 oh. And a gold now we two or my man. Gold na
I to woman and she out for the
children. Tell him he should may spew the ignorance. I hate such people.
All right.
Gold no President Kufuor era and a new month for your sad red carpet de to her mom and on Bessin and the rest against the back of those indigents. Okay, and he's happy for. Do you know who are those the new months?
Okay. It's I go Wasumua, Mukaila Jonas said, yeah, Kerry. Also, Jerry, please ask Kwekwana to confirm for us whether it was the same hardship that we went through when Muhammad took us to the IMF. Because he seems to be sounding as if Muhammad's IMF was rosary. Personally, I am firmly convinced that but for COVID, MPP under President Akufo-Addo wouldn't have gone to IMF bailout. So it's time to rally behind President Akufo-Addo as they gradually take us. Yeah.
Sika saying in a bar, government of Ghana. Saying.
COVID is Sika bar because
COVID was like a something.
It was blessing in this guy.
No more the message about go and research. Maybe someone said government in Sika saying or receiving here in the COVID. Document in there. Oslo who send here the money $200 million. This is out of the IMF. A car ya de bra said netia.
Where the document there?
But then you join memorandum. Now when him ya pass ya de we ya each member of parliament create me and review who said document what is in there. Under the certificate of agency now your mobile on pass all the loans now any taxes in there better and on IMF deal. Then si kake si nyara. Eba Ghana for and Slowusu and in Honorable Slowusu Ekufu MP, Minister for Communications and Digitalization, 200 million IDA credit from the International Development Association.
Okay. And no Casaman can say, also, so how can the MPP rebrand failed economics Baumia and sell him to Ghanaians again? So how do the MPP take Ghanaians for? MPP? Ever again. Then okay, if Casaman can say. We say, of course, all is not well these days, but I can also beat my chest and say it is 10 times better than Doomsday days. We were told after the COVID, the economy will hit us. And that is exactly where we are now. And I quote, know how to bring back the economy, but we cannot bring back death. And I go further. We are doing command the mame or the Frimadina nearby. Yeah. But for K new plan station, because Mr. James Jachikwason, goodbye to you. Lincoln in Akwetema, I thought the loan from the IMF will reduce the suffering I'm going through with my family. Lincoln. Maza. We say, hey, MPP, so you are happy. The work of the loan. I'm happy at Edifriga. I'm quite here for so now. 9:30
There's so much ignorance in our system. Now, I don't know, is it a hard dream? 30 years. We NDC follower, we MPP follower. Me understand am de be mom. Munsu ade kakra o. Ne munya say, mo sorry a yo na wo du tie ko wram.
That's a gullibility
no. They can only lie to you and let you behave like a zombie and follow them. But mind you, baby, I would no unkwa na woda wo.
Okay.
We did the unkwa na wudidi.
Ogu ba me fa my friend for no kakra na yenko. Beba so me mo change 0302243540 0302257902 ma me mo adwo.
Me jo so na bu ma je.
Yeti yenko.
Aya kasa Peter Bora. Mame mo wabaso na mentia Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Kwekwa na na ho no.
Ana ya sauti ne nka.
O se onya botre. Ono ka na de ne wo se yemfa. Ade ne mpanifo ne de omo ka ono de mpanifo de omo mfa na ono de ne de yemfa. Ye nyina o man ne yechechere. Wo wadwen a na wo de abeboa. But wo ba be condemn wo bi se guy no first message na wo kan no o se guy ne use. What you say?
One kase oh you useless we ba cho or say onya messages na or send no. A useless message but when describing human being or useless.
What you say? Ba o dia na o kan de useless but call and test and not the band useless. Kwa na ye nyina ye respect o but e do ba bia fa ho ya ne ade no eto nchen. What you say? But as you know, you pay us some Juma, we and you know, pay us some. But as I see, so they are 1 year, they are 2 months. I said, what to more about parking? Yes, Abona, Cecilia, both for Cecilia, to parking, so they 2 months.
Okay.
I didn't now, and a good. Barbara, also, we are going to Obi ya de na nyana kwaku wo hwese eya unimumrano ada na otam ni panen poko.
Okay, me that say na ya ma me for next one patch. Majo. Hello. Okay, I'm sorry. Elusuno, Majo. E patch you too. Yes sir.
Ajani mun.
Ajani.
Michao.
Ejao.
Na minchao mo fa bo cheja go for manage minister. Ena makumu. Oh, fantastic out. The American don't say, we are better defending the party. Who defended the was defending the other thing, or you be Canadian, I would say, or Canadian, and I would the enemy. I don't know, be a Chanakin, say the Bayer. What are more opposition, and more person who can't send me out of the bar, babe. Because I won't, I'll be a crowd and Yanukre.
Now, Kokwana or your journalist too, as a warden of coffee for a man you could be.
Well, journalists in Okasa are wrong. And all your paper party be a manako.
And they're okay, they said, what permanent?
Well, you got to know what you can't. I don't know, I can't more man grow. And you all my young money, why? We are journalists there. But what game, bra? I am finding your money. What do you say? We are the house over to
okay. Thank you. How you need 100.9. Bebacho, Majo. Bema number 2.
Okay.
Okay, Sammy.
was the kind of people out there mobile platform can create on my for can you say omono obi kwaje na akonde wa kwaje ai ade me ase ai di so kana fo anase ya ade san mi ti omo ati ase so mo de ensan yeno ensan ase you want to omo aye from omo akọ than every government, which is never. Then they should learn from it. They must. That's it.
Better say, and also with the Abba. I mean, for 2 colors near command, Joe.
Yeah, Minia.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, boss.
Jonas.
All right, you too.
Yo. And my for Queen Sinchia, Doctor Afriye. But then people to say, well, in for power party name. Or a bridge man, na, which will be a. Minia.
No battery.
Miss McDerry, Mammy Fanchama, Conan. Mafulu na chepa na senya na na otawura be kan no mesre bi no kasa obutrenye dwuma na ma Jerry anwe nso madi ohu ya okakra so say that's a covid it's sending message and now obusa say covid come on my nimu ana yes enye sika mean as much as you know minia would hwe be a edis ka no kosise just to mention it contact tracing one Jerry is contact tracing obi to be a for no with a covid patient ano odia ko burugu yoyo e was so buy a pe kwan bia so say obi reach any pay okodu won so a e bia na onu so akonya na fofo wa so we let us say e trete kosa ni bi is kasam o share ediane eni share di maka na fo ni kanea and the empodium COVID, Jerry a COVID patient in Ghana at the time. Look at the cost per head. Let's share public sector workers for almost 1 year, almost draw salary from the consolidated fund without a single productivity. We share nurses, our salaries almost doubled. And Jerry, when you know was here, the Ghana we no move say. Then the heck has a COVID buy all right. But should be a boys way a grab you. Even look at military men now, you told me go about lockdown time. Incentives, any allowances, you chairman one. We share free friend saying transportation within the metro.
Okay. Better say, Mukala, maybe to my joy. Yes, sir, you too.
That is say,
I made that channel.
Of I knew, do it to question mine. Tia Kwaku and my mammy.
Yo, what is
it? Sir, never corner. The son said, I bring it here, Kunjaso. That's it. I'm a moon, Koye. How are you, January? How would you know when now to sell back a sa at Tia? That taxi, now be ya, but don't share the supper moon. And you see, oh, yeah, the Biano. It is a way to the Bayano. And you may, I am a Dennis. Drivers we interview or more, we interview on national chairman. I will put you on hold. Transport now, or more artisanal, or more fantasy chance. Yet, pass me better, Musa. Because my Jerry, Osha and Norma, Ecoso, I determine the transport fares now. Not say you sue petrol, Kwan, yes, the test will name and look at what car, what type, what self absorber, what prof, Bibia Cosro, that's a name of a catcher say, that's the petrol suggest the pesos, it's the enter lorry fares.
areho na ahomete so na eye wo mo eye amambo boni a Dr. Bawumia eno na na Akufo-Addo e de abaga na ama sanche se boni ekoso na nka be den ene ya tibisa ba de ye kan se eno na kwakua na ye kan no na na Akufo-Addo ni Dr. Bawumia de eye ka nkofo pa oman bi so a kasabe ye ka wo machi mre
Medan say Medan say Mami fa last one yen fancy memo ajo
My Jerry.
yes ma
Me did for Faki. Kasafi New Fancy.
okay
My Jerry, my member about so namin siya was honorable Macam. My Jerry, my can drivers na sem ka. I'm the drivers no be trans no na ba kubi sentina ye betum. That driver no my tie no you say so ye dey concern wan no. The Paulius no. That's no. Politics really move too much. Why say yeah, say much say a spare pass true. And me a two long fame. And your mammy ya tobacco so. And your sabu so to sukaka. Or Johnson a kaka. Yes, a chinchina, the patrol one city crowd. I'm my politics in 20. I mean, my black so me black when I mess now. I follow said the name my man for and second Japan Pamon free this station where Kaun Kasasi. They say second Japan Pamon free Kaun Kasasi. But you are defending people. I bring your tape up and my Jerry. And your professional job na man here, you know. From the what's over pray, also the man produce and produce our book. So journalist in Timor that no one me also and about me say, I may say, I bring you say, I am bad. We are no matter COVID, we are no matter COVID. The whole world COVID by Nanadwa by me abaya, Ghana yet also 10. America kwa ye biti womo. Now you are in the bed, when you I think I will drink down.
okay
What is kind of boy who by I'm a beer, when I want you too much.
Medan say Medan say Medan say thank you very much it's not us na first go Bagu yako eje edena woka
Thank God say you're happy up. Branty no last caller no.
Me attack no.
Me attack. I can only forgive what he claims he know, yet swimming in his own destitute pool of ignorance. Oh, now let me say this. Listen to me here. I have suffered one thing. I have suffered one thing and the other. And of course, I've explained it overwhelmingly, but some of these ignoramuses still don't get it. Nire fi say, me kasa me catch say, Bawumia tape na me boy no. And no, if he was reasonable enough, he would have known said this is what Kwekuana left in it. You mama make a Indiano. Bawumia tape where me boy. This is the tape that made me leave Netu TV. Go and ask in the Japan. Rubbish.
It's okay.
I was in Netu TV telling them people on their face of some of their useless policies that is not in line. And then I have to be asked to go my way. Which is wait. Are you telling me say me free Netu and send and I may criticize the MPP? I was in Netu TV. Go and check your records.
Okay.
Okay. Me hypocrite. Like one of your caller be offer Venice saying a Kwashimano. Any serious serial caller or a politician in this country, so we follow Kweku Annan as a journalist. When the MPP was coming into power, Edi Edwuma na Kweku ye. Edi na me ye, my MPP for no. At that time, they na said not minim yansa on. Edi na ye against the back of which went against John Mahama. And they na yamo there. Anyansa fu amu nim yansa na mukasa sa. Please, something to ban serial callers because put them on the scale of 1 to 100, about 70% of our serial callers don't know. Only the
all right.
That party see me, anybody will tell you. I have dealt with each one of them in their separate ways, either in opposition or in government.
All right,
and I don't lose anything. Now you see what we say ahwan kasa ben no.
Kwakwana a investigative journalist, the host of the Hawk TV.
What was say obi ahwan Ghana ni no wo hia say ye ka asa opportunity. Go hu and born brand.
All right.
Near the likes of them. Extremists in MPP.
But as I saw Ben Yumre, a woman, Messando Abba. Kwagwana, the host, investigative journalist, the host of the Hawk TV now, would say in Kano. Nyame, because MPP before Betua Mabana, no, so Baby serious analysis. Your baby, Teddy, and this is okay, me did the Maggerio say, Ajima, Yanko Poya Dumois, your best sign, Eshia, or China, over Ghana Munti. So 80 year IMF Sikane 604 million, yes, or China, a be hit your account. It's your China, you be the home come on. Our morning show. So I mean, it's really as I read here, DJ Toxic, it take you over. Dr. Faradek said, nah, or your executive producer. The general manager Bonnie Chidom, because Siabuaji, the darling boy, no name is supervisor. Pious Baby Bands and Naomi Obenawa, Abdullah, that's money without myself. I mean, sure, be na Omaya Wadens, no China, as I'm from Baby, and moi or mine. Yako.
Yanu me bibrime, Yanya Kofa to Yesu,